don't know why it does that sometimes. Instead of just switching back over to the game, it sends it back to the home screen and freezes up the entire console. Oh well. Alright guys, welcome back to Nack Presents Mass Effect 3. See what new we got through our various explorations. Sorry, Cruiser Nephrain. Sorry, Cruiser Nephrain is named for a lost city said to be buried in ice at Thessia's South Pole. The cruiser still carries scars from the scores of Geth fighters it took on during the Battle of the Citadel in 2183. The crew refuses to have the scars removed, considering them marks of honor and a reminder of how close they came to annihilation. Asari research ships. The Asari scientists in Orsoni had isolated themselves to prevent academic and corporate theft of their work. They've been researching new polymers, looking for a material with high heat resistance and zero conductivity that is dirt cheap to produce. One of their prototype materials appears ideal for insulating the Crucible's venting chambers. Asari cruiser Cybane. Cybane is an Asari cruiser-class warship. A mix-up during the cruiser's construction left it with an unusually large drive core. Engineers redesigned the ship around the excessive power source. Cybane's unusually robust engines provide enough energy to generate kinetic barriers normally reserved for dreadnoughts. Asari engineers. The graceful soaring spires common to Asari architecture look deceptively delicate. But Thessia's palaces, universities, and theaters have stood longer than most civilizations. Asari architectural engineers dispatched to the Crucible are testing the weapon's construction to make sure it can withstand tremendous amounts of pressure. If built improperly, stress could tear the Crucible in half upon activation. Crucible. Element Zero Converter. Element Zero refineries are large industrial facilities that remove impurities from the element, also called EZO, before it is used to fuel starships or gravity generators. It's an important process. Sending an electrical charge through impure EZO can cause the element to explode. By setting up a conversion facility beside the Crucible, EZO can be mined, refined, and supplied to the project in record time. Emergency fuel pods. Fuel pods scavenged from a field of debris in the Valhalla threshold were once attached to a fleet of merchant vessels, making long, risky journeys into uncharted space. The pods have been repurposed for the Crucible project. When activated, the Crucible's fusion reactors consume entire oceans of helium-3. The fuel pods serve as emergency reservoirs, should the weapon use more power than expected. Ex-Cerberus. Ex-Cerberus scientists. The elusive man's search for humanity's best attracted many renowned scientists. Cerberus offered generous salaries, brand new facilities, and unfettered research budgets. Despite these lavish perks, some began to worry about the ethical ramifications of their work. The scientists rescued from Galax were among the first to leave Cerberus. They diligently helped to construct the Citadel. Dr. Bryn Cole. Dr. Bryn Cole is an ex-Cerberus scientist who studied the technology left behind by the Collectors. She eventually cut ties with the Elusive Man and helped dozens of scientists and their families flee the organization. The Doctor has joined the Crucible Project, using the knowledge gained during her employment with Cerberus to help build the weapon. Dr. Gavin Archer. Gavin Archer was a well-known synthetic intelligence specialist from Terra Nova who disappeared years ago to work with Cerberus. Now that he's parted ways with his former employee, Archer is among the scientists working on the Crucible. The study of VIs and AIs, in particular the Geth, gives him unique insights into parallel processing and intersystem communication that have already improved the weapon's efficiency. Jacob Taylor. After helping Commander Shepard destroy the Collectors, Jacob Taylor cut his ties with Cerberus. He joined the war following an attack on a safe house for former Cerberus operatives where he was hiding out. Jacob turned down formal reinstatement into the Alliance Marine Corps, feeling his past with Cerberus disqualified him from their company. Taylor is instead a consultant, advising the Alliance on Cerberus tactics and defense. He also participates in missions that target the Elusive Man's holdings. Admiral Ron.
Shepard, the fleet is under heavy fire. We need to hit the dreadnought.
Yeah, I'm not
I'd
concerned.
like to know about your patrol fleet.
In peacetime, the patrol fleet managed navigation, internal security, and intership conflicts or crimes. Now, we mostly guard ahead of fleet's flank. It's mostly light frigates or fighters.
Tell me about the civilian fleet.
Our civilian ships, medical vessels, and life ships. Admiral Chorus coordinates them, though individual ships' captains still have power. In peacetime, they made up the bulk of our fleet. Now, our strength would even give the Turians pause.
Tally said you had the largest fleet in the galaxy.
The Turians have more dreadnoughts. Their overall military force is larger than our heavy fleet by far. But before we began this war, we jury-rigged every Quarian ship in the flotilla for battle. Even our live ships have cannons.
You've converted them into dreadnoughts. That's a violation of the Treaty of Ferrix.
While live ships have firepower comparable to a dreadnought, their primary purpose is food cultivation.
You think the Council will buy that technicality?
If need be, I'll apologize once this war is over.
And in the meantime, you're putting your civilians in danger.
Not casually, Commander. We keep them off the front lines, but we'll do whatever we must to win.
What can you tell me about Admiral Garrel's heavy fleet?
It was our main military force before the war, comprised of all Quarian vessels suited for sustained combat. It can't compare to the Turian forces, of course, but we have a number of heavy frigates and advanced fighter forces.
Which fleet does Admiral Zen command?
Special projects. It's not a fleet per se, just a few research vessels. Her technical breakthroughs have put us within striking distance of the homeworld.
I'll let you get back to work.
Thank you, Commander.
That dreadnought is tearing through our fleet. Let me know when you're ready to hit it.
So how did you end up back with the fleet, Tally?
When the war started, the Admiralty Board asked for my help. I had more recent contact with the Geth than most of my people. They hadn't filled the spot on the board left by my father. I was invited in. It's just a technicality. I'm far too young to be a real admiral.
Don't sell yourself short, Tally. The board needed your expertise. You needed the authority that comes with rank.
How did the war with the Geth get started, anyway?
Admiral Zen developed a scanning countermeasure that interferes with Geth active scans. It's like a flashbang grenade. It effectively crippled the Geth ships in combat. My fleet couldn't pass up the chance to attack.
Could we use it to fight the Reapers?
It only works against the Geth, unfortunately. Their AI lets them use extremely detailed LADAR pings. Zen's countermeasure overwhelmed them with garbage data. And it's useless now that the Reapers have upgraded their processing power.
How is it being back with the fleet?
Right now, it's exhausting. I'm an admiral in the middle of a war. I just want us to get out of this alive. Everything else can wait.
When this is over, I could use your help.
I can't, Shepard. If we survive this, we'll have a homeworld. My people need me.
You could help your people's homeworld by fighting the Reapers.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not thinking that far ahead yet.
So what about Legion?
It returned to Geth space after you turned yourself into the Alliance.
And you haven't seen it since?
Legion and I sent a few messages. I was hoping we could try negotiation. But I was outvoted 3-2. Admiral Chorus was the only one who believed it would work.
Any idea where Legion is now?
No. In our last message, it told me that the Geth were having trouble reaching consensus.
And then nothing?
Maybe it was fighting the Reaper takeover, or maybe it didn't want to give intel to an enemy. I could have warned it about the invasion. I didn't.
You'd have been betraying your own people.
I never wanted to be an admiral.
Talk to you later, Kelly.
If you want to catch up in private, call me up to your cabin.
I just figured you'd be more sympathetic to someone joining Cerberus. You've never been big on aliens.
Yeah, I enlisted to kick ass, just like everyone else. But I need a better reason than it has scales to go kill somebody. And if Cerberus is taking our dishonorable discharges and Cat 6 washouts, it's just one more reason they're not worth a damn. Commander, Dr. Chakwas sent word that she'd like to speak with you down in the medbay. The Cerberus scientists are safe with the Alliance. The brass thinks they'll be a big help on the Crucible.
First Grissom Academy, now this. Nice work.
You know how fighter pilots put those little stamp things under their cockpits for each kill? I'm thinking of getting one by the galaxy map every time I analyze the crap out of some data.
You're turning into a regular Marine.
Yes, well, I guess you're rubbing off on me.
Nice work.
Thanks, Commander. It feels good to bring someone out alive. Commander? Commander?
Memorial. From Ashley Williams. Shepard, my sister got everything set up at the Citadel Memorial. She showed me what she's going to put up on the wall. It's nice. I wish I could do something to make this easier for her. She wants me to say something about our family. I know you're busy, but it would mean a lot if you could be there. Found something. From Miranda Lawson. Shepard, I discovered a few things about my sister. It's bad, but there's something else going on. I'm back at the Citadel. I'll find a place to meet and send you a nav point when you get here. Take a break? From Garrus Vakarian. I thought next time we're at the Citadel, maybe we could take a break. Can't fight a war without a little R&R once in a while. I'll be hanging out around CSEC, near the shuttles, if you're interested. Yes. Getting away from work. From Liara to Sony. Shepard, I need an excuse to tear myself away from all these monitors. Come see me the next time we dock on the Citadel. Liara. Visiting the Citadel. From Javik. Commander, I find this messaging system to be outdated and clumsy. I assumed Specialist Trainer was joking when she said I had to type letters to form words. I want to visit the Citadel next time we travel there. In my lifetime it had been captured by the Reapers. If you would like to join me, I will be in the area where the embassies are located. I believe this concept of galactic control shared among races is a lie.
Man, those Quarian admirals are intimidating. And if you get nervous, you can't even imagine them naked because, like, who knows? It's a tentacle monster under there? What is that? What's under there? How's Jacob?
He'll be okay.
Glad to hear it. Nice to see those Cerberus scientists come to their senses.
After everything he's done, the elusive man can't pretend he's fighting for humanity. Anyone who isn't indoctrinated has to see that by now.
Well, we got out early. Commander?
What's on your mind, Edie?
Liara recently requested assistance in calculating whether the mass effect is a phenomenon that occurs only in our universe, or in all possible universes. It may be that our laws of physics only occur in a finite area, a bubble, if you will, in an ocean of other possibilities. I am speculating whether, if you went far enough out, or created enough energy, you could reach a place where 1 + 1 = 3. Everything would change. All energy, all matter, all the underlying math of the universe would be unrecognizable to us. Why? What were you thinking?
I'll get back to you on that.
Hello, Shepard.
Nothing like that, Edie. I assure you.
Garrus mentioned something about you two having some fun next time you're on the Citadel. Don't get into trouble.
Commander.
Tally, I'm free if you'd like to come up.
I'll just be a moment. Thanks for asking me up. I couldn't talk freely in front of Ron.
You okay?
No, I'm really not. 17 million lives are riding on me, and I don't know if I can save them.
You're doing everything you can. If the fleet falls, it won't be because of you.
I helped my father and Zen's ideas, the new tech that made an invasion too good to pass up, that's based on my father's work. If they die because of me, if I don't...
We'll get them out of there safely, Tally.
I couldn't do this without you, Shepard. I feel like I'm bluffing, trying to convince them that the Admiral's daughter knows what she's doing.
Not the Admiral's daughter. The Admiral.
I know. And at least now, I can push back against the worst ideas. That's why I accepted the position. And because of you.
Me?
When they offered me this position, I asked myself what you'd do. I thought you'd take the chance to make things better. That probably sounds stupid. It's just, I know I'm not really qualified for this.
You're doing fine, Tally. And thanks.
I should get back before the Admirals get into trouble again. I'll talk to you later.
Sounds like you got lucky down there, Commander. Civilians, children. Could have been very bad. I don't even want to think about it. But scooping those scientists right from under the elusive man's nose? That's gotta piss him off. I'm glad that Jacob guy is gonna be alright. I hope we can trust a bunch of ex-Cerberus. Just saying. Commander? Commander?
You want to play this game?
What's the matter, Vicarian? You chicken?
I don't even know what that is, though I've heard everything in the galaxy tastes like it. But if you're suggesting I'm scared, game on, Vega.
Age before wisdom.
Okay. Back in my C-Sec days, I busted a Batarian spy ring that was trying to assassinate a counselor.
Please, I fought off a dozen angry Batarians on Omega single-handedly. Used one of them as a landing pad off a 3-story jump.
Just warming up, seeing what you had. Now, I tracked down this guy, Saren. Stopped him from raising a Geth army and unleashing the Reapers 3 years ago.
Doesn't count. You did that with Shepard.
You're right. I was with Shepard from the very beginning.
That just means you're old.
Have we heard from Agent DeTrace yet?
She has not reported in for over 8 hours, Doctor.
She was stationed on Valchir when the Reapers invaded. I think we can assume what happened. Inform Agent Calamus he's now in charge of reporting Reaper activity past the Loas relay.
Email from Jacob Taylor to Dr. Bryn Cole. I miss you, Bryn, but I'm glad you're back there. Fighting's gonna get tough when we push out with the Crucible. I've gotten the cold shoulder from people who know I used to work for Cerberus. Can't say I blame them, especially after what happened on the Citadel. I've been able to teach other soldiers how Cerberus fights, though. They may be wearing new equipment, but I know their tactics. I love you, Bryn. Take care of yourself.
Good to see you again, Shepard. Good to see you again, Shepard.
Please, enjoy your day.
Still think you can win this, huh?
I can do this all day, Scars.
Funny you mentioned those. Ever hear the name Archangel?
I might have.
You know you have. I'm Archangel.
Maybe I heard something about that too.
Then maybe you also heard that for a couple months there, the crime rate on Omega mysteriously dropped while Archangel did a little house cleaning.
So you ran a cleaning service on Omega. Back on Fel Prime, I uncovered a pair of harvesters. Had to kill them by myself.
2 worm necks, that's almost impressive.
Oh, that's not even the best part. They left behind an egg. It hatched, and I trained it to let me fly it.
The Alliance teach you to make up crap like that, or did you figure it out all by yourself?
It's a gift. Hey, Commander. Hey, Commander.
I'm glad Jacob saw through the elusive man. At least not everyone in Cerberus has lost their mind. This fight can use him. Don't mind us, just telling James here what it means to be a real soldier. Not right now.
Shepard, remember our agreement? We'd open a bottle of cerise-sized brandy every year, and it's my turn to buy.
But it hasn't been a year yet.
Yes, well, something tells me we won't have the chance a few months from now, so indulge my impatience.
Doctor, put that bottle in a safe place. We'll crack it open to celebrate our victory over the Reapers.
Admire your optimism, and I'll look forward to the day we can share it. Till then, it's nice to have Tally back. I've made sure we're well stocked with dextro-based antibiotics and antihistamines. How are you, Commander? How are you, Commander?
You've been through a lot, Scars.
You giving up?
Nah, I got more. Just don't like to talk about it.
Fair enough. We've all got one of those.
Just one, huh?
Yeah. Not every story has a happy ending.
Except there was this one time I teamed up with a Turian named Garrus Vicarian. He was pretty good with a gun, but he thought he was some kind of hotshot.
Yeah, I knew this wise-ass Marine named Jimmy Vega. Sounds like a pole dancer on Omega. Always got on my nerves. But the kid was alright. Had guts when it counted.
And together they cured the genophage.
And stopped Cerberus from taking over the Citadel.
And finally kicked the Reapers from this galaxy and into the next.
With a little help from their friends.
Nah, it was just us. But mostly me.
Folding chair or something. I talked with Williams. Between the 212, Horizon, and the Council's other guards, it's like death just follows her around. Do we need to talk, Commander?
Not right now, Allers.
Let me know when we do.
Nothing to report.
Commander. Nothing to report, Commander.
Alrighty then.
You and this human called Jacob were both part of Cerberus.
That is correct.
And Cerberus is filled with traitors to humanity.
Yes, they oppose us in this war.
Then why should we trust either of you?
We have severed our ties with the organization.
But you were programmed by Cerberus.
I can extrapolate where this is going. I have superseded my original programming and have chosen to oppose Cerberus.
You mean you have chosen to oppose your creators?
Correct.
I find this a very troubling freedom machine. That is all. Those humans you saved were fortunate. There are still places in the galaxy to hide. Our refugees perished. There was nowhere left to run. I trust you, Commander, when you say you no longer expedite Cerberus's goals. Otherwise... Perhaps later, Commander. Perhaps later, Commander.
Shepard, thanks again for being there at the Refugee Memorial. I feel better. Everything's so much clearer now.
Glad I could help.
You know, next time we're at the Citadel, I think I might hit a nightclub. You should join me. Is everything okay, Shepard? Sir.
Alright. Alright. Didn't realize it was going to be this difficult just around the fuel depot. There we go. Okay, we will head out to the Nimbus cluster and investigate this Asari colony.
I found something.
Tretagos. Largely frozen ice except for liquid seas at the equator, Tretagos has the coldest winters of any Asari colony, taking it down near the second tier of habitability. Tretagos' colonists are a hardy bunch, using the freezing winter months to test whether newcomers have what it takes to carve out a life on the planet. Tretagos' colonists are fighting the Reapers in a guerrilla war, their best resources being submarine vehicles that could slip under the sea ice to mask their heat. Unfortunately, these have not proven good tools for taking back population centers from the Reapers. For now, the colonists will have to be satisfied with their commando actions to harass their synthetic oppressors. Intel. Intact Reaper weapon.
Evasion successful.
Oh, okay.
Reapers eluded. Signal confirmed.
Covered 300 units of fuel. Alright, so now we can head out to Masana. Lessus. Lessus is an unpopular garden world with characteristics just outside the comfort zone of its Asari population. Its gravity is a little too high, its diseases a little too virulent, and the soil inhospitable for growing food. Further information is difficult to come by. The Asari government is uncharacteristically silent about Lessus. Normally, a garden world settled so long ago would be highly populated. There is little light pollution, but little light pollution can be seen on Lessus's night side. Yara and James. What the hell? I will save it for a final level of sabotage. And James. Same thing about, like, I know Sentry Turret is a good ability, but I always forget about it.
I did, and I now understand why High Command wanted to hide it. We're headed to an Ardat Yakshi monastery.
Ardat Yakshi? Like Morinth?
Morinth chose to be a killer. These Ardat Yakshi isolated themselves to avoid that. But it doesn't mean they're harmless. Their urge to feed can be powerful. That's why High Command sent in commandos to investigate the monastery's distress signal.
So what's the plan, Doc?
If there was a chance the Ardat Yakshi could break loose, the commandos were to purge the monastery.
Purge? You mean destroy?
They would have brought heavy explosives with them, yes.
Morinth was dangerous, but are the Ardat Yakshi this big of a threat?
Morinth was just hitting her stride. Ardat Yakshi who kill leave behind astronomical body counts. It's why they can never be free, and why they're such a great source of shame to the Asari. That's why High Command won't rest until this place is destroyed. They'd never risk a single Ardat Yakshi getting loose.
Don't assume anything. Maybe the Ardat Yakshi sent out the distress call. If the Asari want us to destroy this place, I need to know what happened.
Agreed. Once we give a report to High Command, they'll stop wasting lives here.
The shuttle's warm. We may have a visitor.
And nothing new in the codex entry there.
No elevator.
Oh boy.
Like nails on a chalkboard. And it's calling its buddies. Hear that?
Stay sharp. I heard something.
That was my fault, sorry.
supper in the library. Bring some study work. Reela's floor warden tonight, so act natural. We'll be by the East Video Banks. This is gonna be so great. See you there. Oh, and delete this once you listen to it. Not like last time.
Reapers. Explains why the commandos never called in.
This monastery's out of the way. What do the Reapers want with Ardat Yakshi? Anything useful?
A floor plan marked with the nav point location of a bomb. It's in some place called the Great Hall.
Guess the Asari decided this place had to go.
Ardat Yakshi or not, evacuating this place would have saved a lot of lives. If there's no survivors, let's get to the Great Hall and set off that bomb.
A reminder, students are not allowed to visit each other's quarters or to meet in rooms unsupervised by staff. Students are also forbidden from extranet communication without approval by senior staff members. There are no exceptions to this rule. First offenders will have their free time revoked for a month. Further violations will be met with confinement. Our monastery is our shelter, but to remain that way we must make sacrifices. If we do this, I have faith we can continue to enjoy the order and peace this place has given us. Matriarch Galley.
Very good. I almost didn't hear you.
Samara.
It has been some time, Shepard. You are a most welcome sight. The corruption here runs deep. I assume you're here on your own, Justicar. Perhaps for something special? You are correct. 2 of my daughters live here, and I have come for them. Unfortunately, the Reapers had already infested this place by the time I arrived.
You met me hunting down your other Ardat Yakshi daughter. Are these ones just as dangerous?
Valer and Reela have followed the monastery's rules ever since they arrived. They've shown no inclination toward violence.
And you're here to save them?
They are my responsibility. And it's one that cannot be abandoned, even as our galaxy crumbles.
Let's go together. Maybe your daughters will tell us why the Reapers hit this place.
I suspect they will have much to tell us. It has been centuries since I last saw them. We're out of time. We'll meet again. I will draw these creatures off.
Wait! Let's go.
My name is Tasha Pore. I'm wounded. Bad. Give this to my bondmate, Weshra. Asked her to go to the Citadel and tell Weshra I love her. Tell her. Sorry we fought. I was an idiot. Didn't mean any of it, Weshra. Want you to have everything of mine, okay? Love you. I love you so.
Why'd the Reapers come all this way to wreck a monastery?
They'll invade everywhere eventually.
Yeah, but what makes Asari nuns a priority target? What the hell's that?
Okay. Hit the barrier. Tonight. It's another warp at it.
Yeah. I'm on it. Roger that. Yeah.
Understood. That used to be a person. An Asari. What have the Reapers done?
To be fair, it's about time. Reapers have been turning the other races all into various different husks. About time they found something to do with the Asari. Okay.
Mother, you came. As soon as I was able. Shepard, this is Falere, my youngest. She and her sister Rila are Ardat Yakshi. They have
Mother, they have Rila.
What?
I saw some of those creatures take her into the Great Hall. I've been trying to get there.
What are the Reapers doing here?
Harvesting us. They're turning us into those monsters. Please, you can't let that happen to Rila.
The Asari thought the Ardat Yakshi were to blame for the attack.
This is our home. Most of us are grateful to be here. The monastery is a place Ardat Yakshi can achieve peace.
Valere speaks truthfully, Shepard. I vouch for her words, with pride.
Then we have to find Rila fast. The Great Hall has a bomb in it.
A bomb? What, didn't you come to rescue people?
We'll try, but we can't leave this place standing for it.
You sound like the Commandos. They didn't stop to help anyone.
Valere?
I'm sorry. Valere!
The Great Hall. She's looking for Rila.
We'll meet you there.
Please be swift.
You'd need a crowbar to pry those doors open. This place was beautiful before the Reapers came. Jethro, this is Galay. I've blocked extranet access. We don't need the students panicking about these Reaper rumors. Still, it will not hurt to tally our supplies. Please bring me an inventory before evening prayer. I'll contact Thessia later tonight to inquire what set the Asari to war. Go in peace. I'm on it! Right away. I'm on it. Right away.
Jethro, I had the new girl put in a holding chamber. The Justicar who brought her to us, Justicar 4, said she had trouble convincing the prisoner coming to the monastery was necessary. This may explain why the girl lashed out at her guards. She's lucky 4 wasn't here for that. Justicar's code would have demanded an execution. I'll question some other Justicars on the level of coercion 4 is permitted to use by the code. This is the first time her captures arrived here terrified out of their wits, but it will certainly be the last. Jethro, I looked over this year's candidates for supervised visits to Thessia. I'm approving everyone but Yanis. She's impulsive, cunning, and worst of all, a romantic. Find me a worse combination to let outside our walls. I find it suspicious she was even nominated. Let's look into that and pray it's not Yanis manipulating another infatuation. It takes a great deal of time and effort to persuade Thessia's government to let our best students visit their own homeworld. Unless Yanis matures, she won't be among them. Driscollay. are you? Okay. We're both. Alright. Fuck. Alright. Search the premises. Make sure there's nothing worth scavenging. And Shepard is what we would in real life call a kleptomaniac. Just has to make sure he's stolen everything.
Did the Asari plant those explosives, or did they mess up and die out here?
After what the Reapers did, they wouldn't rest until the bomb was in place.
Doc, your people aren't invincible.
No, trust me. We found our bomb.
And Falaire.
Alright. And that gives me another rank for sentry drone, so I'll take that, even though I always forget that I have that ability. Between importing a completed Mass Effect 2 save file and all the DLC that we have for this, I don't think we are going to have an issue with fully maxing everything out here.
Rila, can you hear me?
It says a level cap at level 60, but I think, you know, we're just a little over 40, I think, and we have most everything. We're pretty close, so.
Why did she do that? Because they've begun to turn her into one of the Reaper's creatures.
I'm sorry.
Can we set off that bomb? You got a detonator?
Commandos would have had one. We've got to find it. Later.
Fuck.
Affirmative.
Shit! Fuck am I caught on? God damn it. I'd forgotten how much I hate these fucking banshees. Ah, fuck! Fuck, 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 fuck. Ah.
Roger that.
That's the last one.
For now, let's get back to that bomb.
Holy crap.
Valer, go!
Take the elevator! Rila, what are you doing? It's too late for me. There are hundreds coming. Just go!
Move!
No! Rila! I love you. Rila! We're not your slaves. Rila, it wasn't even time to say goodbye.
Few can break the Reaper's hold. Rila's will was extraordinary, as was her love for you.
We left her to die.
Rila made her choice, and it has reminded me of what is truly important. Why I swore I'd lay down my life.
What is that?
Valair, the code demands an Ardat Yakshi cannot live outside a monastery that no longer exists.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry, Shepard. By the Justicar's code, there is only one way to save Valair.
Mother, no!
My daughters, you were all so much... Let go.
What are you doing?
Fulfilling the code.
By throwing your life away?
I won't kill my last daughter.
You won't have to.
Valair?
I'll stay here. Home. No matter what's become of it.
Without a proper monastery,
I could have left any time. I don't need a building to honor my own code. And if the Reapers return, they won't take me alive. I promise.
Then, the code permits you to stay, as you are. Once this war is over, and if I am able, I will visit, as a Justicar should.
I'd understand if you wanted to help Valair rebuild a home here.
It must wait now that I can help oppose the Reapers. I'll speak with Valair, then join your forces. If you'll have me, of course.
I'd be honored.
The honor is mine, my friend.
Everything's taken care of down here. Bring in the shuttle.
Right, Commander. I'll just follow the smoke.
I read your report, Commander. We had no idea the situation had deteriorated so quickly.
That's why I set off the bomb. There were no Ardat Yakshi left.
May the Ardat Yakshi find rest. What the Reapers did to them was monstrous. I had another team of commandos headed to the monastery who I can now formally transfer to Admiral Hackett's command. They'll serve you loyally, Commander. Farewell.
Alright, so what do we have? Sorry Commandos. Sorry Commandos trained from an early age to control their minds and bodies, seeking the ultimate economy of thought and movement. They are taught that each shot and each decision be made without hesitation. While exact training methods vary among teams, all Commandos are consummate professionals. Their ambushes, quick strikes, and clever tactics have bested larger, well-armed units in thousands of recorded conflicts. Samara. Justicars are an ancient Asari order dedicated to finding and punishing those who would harm others. They rigidly adhere to the Justicar Code, a comprehensive, complicated list of laws. By assaulting the innocent, slaughtering the helpless, and refusing to acknowledge any authority above themselves, the Reapers are an affront to nearly everything the Code stands for. Justicar Samara has set aside all of her other responsibilities, pledging to stop the Reapers, even if it kills her.
That dreadnought is tearing through our fleet. Let me know when
Alright.
Talk to you later, Tal.
Sure.
Sergeant told me that Cerberus started out as an Alliance Black Op.
Black Ops always go bad. If you have to deny the action, it was a crappy action.
You've got new messages, Commander. The Crucible Project received some new tech from the Asari government.
I'm glad they've decided to help the war effort.
Everybody has to fight now, no matter how pretty you are. I learned that the hard way. Commander?
Indeed you did, Trainer. Crucible update. From Bryn Cole. Dear Commander Shepard, thank you again for all you did to get our group out of that facility on Jelix. Admiral Hackett is an amazing man, and it's a privilege to work under him. The construction of the Crucible is presenting its challenges, but my team and I are determined to crack its mysteries. Although I never rely on luck, in this instance I fear we may need a little. Stay safe, Commander. I hope our paths cross again. Sincerely, Dr. Bryn Cole. Citadel Meetup. From Jacob Taylor. Hey Shepard, this Crucible project is intense. Bryn and the others are on it around the clock. Pretty soon I'll have to make a run to the Citadel to pick up some of the equipment at the hospital. If you got time, want to meet me there? Things were so crazy on Gelix, it'll be good to see you in a quieter place, you know? Headed for the front lines. From Samara. Shepard, I finished my business on Lessus. I would offer to travel once again with you on the Normandy. The code dictates I join the fight where it is most dire. While you do your essential work, I will do my best to help hold the front. Before I depart, I'll return to the Citadel for a short time to prepare. If it does not interfere with your duties, come find me there. Samara. Asari Squad ready. From Corinne Lemaze. Commander Shepard, as of an hour ago, Asari High Command has assigned my squad to support you. We'll ride with the 2nd Fleet until it's time to deploy. If you allow me a personal note, I knew a few of the commanders who went down to that monastery. Nothing will bring them back, but hearing that the place went up in smoke is the only good news I've heard in weeks. Ready to serve, Captain Corinne Lemaze.
Glad you talked Samara down.
I never thought I'd see her flinch from her duty.
I don't know. On one hand, that code's all she's had to live by for, God, centuries. Then the galaxy goes to hell. The old rules don't cut anymore. I mean, we're cutting some corners, right?
A few.
Well, the Alliance can always court-martial us after we save the galaxy. Commander?
What are you doing, Edie?
Monitoring reports of proton storms and other space weather. With the Reapers attacking the comm buoy systems, critical warnings may be lost.
How bad are these storms?
If we are warned, not bad. If we are not warned, Very bad.
Thanks for the info, Edie.
Hello, Shepard.
Yeah, I don't know why we have people like permanently at stations where they're standing the whole time. We gotta get them some seats.
Hey, Commander. I dug out some letters my youngest sister wrote when she was in high school. She was having a hard time. Teen drama and all that. Just needed her big sis. I guess with everything that happened down there, I just wanted to read them again. You sure make some unusual friends, Shepard. That is not a side of the Asari I ever want to see. Shepard?
Everybody was fighting the Rachni, trying to push them back through the relay. Finally, the Krogan were turned loose and stopped them.
I see.
But when the Krogan rebelled, we had to deploy the genophage to stop them. Wasn't the only rebellion. 1,000 years later, the Geth revolted against the Quarians. That was a whole other war. Then along came the humans. My own people tangled with them for a while, and now, to top it all off, we've got the Reapers. What about you?
The Ouroboros fought the Densorin. The Andoromai conquered the Vandomar, and the Jatil turned against the Jar.
So, I guess nobody really ever gets their act together.
The Sinreal claimed to have found the path to eternal peace.
What happened?
The Ditaka preferred war and wiped them out.
I hope you guys had alcohol.
Some of the crew seem shocked by the monstrosities we have encountered. They haven't seen what the Reapers could corrupt after 100 years. That was our war. Every battle conjured a new nightmare. This human holds such childish views of war. Your species has much to learn. Commander.
Samara's the kind of soldier we need in this war. Nothing gets in her way. I just hope I'm not in her way someday. That woman means business. Now it's a mutated Asari. The Reapers are just a giant nightmare factory that never ends. I can only imagine what the Reapers are doing to the Drell, or the Hanar, or the Vorcha. This could get a lot worse before it gets better. Not right now. It's a brilliant tactic, when you think about it.
But it's evil.
When has that ever mattered in war?
Yeah, but converting other life forms into Reapers? I can't wrap my head around that.
Makes sense to me. It ensures you never run out of cannon fodder. Eliminates any local resistance. And for every soldier you add, your enemy loses two. The one you converted, and his buddy on the other side who can't pull the trigger on a friend.
You sound like you admire them.
Same way I admire a virus or a thresher maw. They've adapted perfectly to their situation.
But the Reapers want to destroy us.
And I have no intention of letting them. But if you don't respect your enemy's capabilities, you're in for one nasty surprise after another.
Yeah, that's true, Rhoda. The Vorcha are already pretty far there. See, I've got this upgrade that I got. intact Reaper weapon. The barrel of this Reaper weapon can be dismantled for further study. If the miniaturized energy cells powering the gun's systems are taken apart, it could lead to improvements in the damage a weapon can deal. However, an examination of its heat venting systems could instead provide the means to maximize thermal clip storage. I'll definitely go with weapon damage bonus. I have not found ammo to be much of a concern. Always seems to be plenty. Correspondence from Classified Alliance project staff. Dr. Locke, I was working on a problem that you sent me last night, and I think I found a solution for synchronizing the Crucible's energy bursts. Punch the attached capacitor redesign into your projections. It should have 3.6 milliseconds off the Mass Effect field's activation time. You can see where that leads. If you approve, I'll send the schematics to manufacturing. We need roughly 250,000 by tomorrow morning for testing. Dr. Cole. Now, good to see that she's doing some good there.
But I'm glad she set off that bomb, Shepard.
You're not upset the monastery was destroyed?
No, not after what I saw. I don't care that they were Ardat Yakshi. To be turned into such creatures, nobody deserves that. Perhaps we can talk later.
Alright. I'm talking to you too, Liara.
No crew health issues to report. No crew health issues to report.
It's always a positive.
The Ardat Yakshi? No.
I think that story would be perfect for you. The hidden dark side of the most beautiful race in the galaxy.
We have a huge Asari audience. If I do that story, I could lose them.
That seems a bit like pandering.
Ever seen how fast an e-democracy can abandon its allies?
No.
If I do my job, you won't. Does Dr. Tassoni ever let you in her room? Because she keeps me out.
I can't imagine why.
Commander?
Not right now, Allers.
Let me know when we do.
I do hope it's easier to go around your ship and meet up with your various people in Mass Effect Andromeda. That's one thing I'm worried about. As cool as some of the stuff in that game looks like, you have so many various different hub options. You've got your giant open worlds, and then you've got the Tempest, and the Hyperion, and the Nexus. It just feels like it might be too much if you want to keep running around and making sure that you're seeing everything.
Commander? Power grid is in the green. Commander.
Hopefully load times are better than they were for the original trilogy. Make it less annoying. That's right, I forgot. Davik was up there in the crew quarters.
I've always loved the M35 Mako. It's got heart, you know?
Oh, come on. The M44 Hammerhead is vastly superior.
Come on, that thing's made of tissue paper. At least the Mako can take a few hits.
I'd hope so. That thing handles like a drunk rhino. No agility whatsoever.
Hey there. More like a bull that can climb and climb for days.
It only climbs because of its stupid, vertically aligned Mass Effect field. Jump or stick. No speed. No lateral movement.
Hey, with a cannon like that, who needs to move?
If you want that, why don't you just stick with the old M29 Grizzly?
Hey, I love that tank.
You would be one to love grizzly bears, Mr. Vega.
What? What's so funny?
Oh, man.
The next time you blow up a monastery, let me know you've left the premises, okay? I worry about you.
Hey, what about me, Esteban? I was there too.
I assume your legs run off as much as your mouth does. No explosion can catch you, Mr. Vega. Good to see you, Commander.
Hey. Hey.
Okay. Doesn't seem like there are any war assets lying around here. So let's head down to Agayua. I have no idea how that's supposed to be pronounced.
I found something.
The shock on the only planet in the system. Carcosa was thought to be a naturally occurring hothouse planet until a sorry expedition discovered palatial ruins on its barren surface. Likely the seat of an ancient city, the crumbling edifice dates back more than 2.7 million years. The only intact chamber appears to be a throne room, overlooking a large depression believed to have once been an enormous lake. There is evidence that the people of Carcosa polluted their planet until it became uninhabitable, triggering a runaway greenhouse effect and spoiling the planet's fresh water supply. Research into the planet's long history will have to wait. A sorry scientist evacuated when word of the Reaper attack reached the system, leaving behind data drones to explain their findings to anyone who survives. Library of Asher. Everything here. Back to Pelion. $750 units of fuel. $750 units of fuel. $650 units of fuel. Okay, so that is everything for the cluster. Now they can traverse. Okay. So that is everything. Therefore, we will head back to the Citadel.
You're cleared to dock, Normandy. Do you need ground transport?
I need a cab to the museum.
It'll be there momentarily.
Alright, everybody. That is going to be it for today. So, make sure that you check out Nack's Full Frontal Attack on all social media platforms, and of course, check out the store over on eBay. And stay tuned to the YouTube channel. We have not only a continued run-through of the Mass Effect series, but we also have the Daily Grind, which gets streamed live every weekday morning, 8 to 8:30. Mike is over there playing Digimon World New Order right now, which has been a lot of fun to watch, so you should definitely check that out. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I will see you next time.